Hi everyone. Today we are going to talk about what Reddit developers think about unsuccessful self-taught programmers. What do you think you did wrong? Want to know how to become a developer without a degree? Check the description below. As someone who has given a fair number of interviews at this point in my career, I'll echo /u/sysmlescomlord's response with a slight twist. People spend too much time learning, and not enough time learning how to program. Sure, they can write a for loop in whatever language, or they can get the latest and greatest front-end framework to display hello world, but they can't break problems down and actually program. Their focus seems to be on how do I print a message in and not when would I want or need to use a for loop or map, or whatever. Programming is the step that comes between getting a requirement and writing code. So, learn programming, don't learn how to write code. I was unsuccessful for literally a couple of years due to constantly switching between languages and tutorials looking for the perfect one, making barely any progress past knowing what an integer is and how to write a for loop. Instead I should have just taken some book that is recommended often enough that it's probably good enough and sticking with it. Harvard CS50 MOOC managed to break me out of this due to the quality of its material and presentation. Being able to solve all their problem sets, even the ones from the difficult track, did wonders for my confidence. To be fair, most books out there are absolute garbage, because most tech writers aren't teachers and it shows. And too many books mostly teach syntax, not computational thinking or breaking down problems, or how to design programs and such things. From the other side, I've seen a lot of self-taught programmers who can write a specific bit of code, but can't work at a higher level to design a system. How you describe it is exactly how it feels for me. I have started learning about 2 months ago now, and I feel I know individual things like loops, and if else, and stuff like that, but I struggle so insanely hard using these individual things to create something. As a self-taught guy who's still trash after years, it's good to do whatever you find interesting, but you keep jumping from topic to topic, you'll never gain enough knowledge. You'll never be good enough. Stick with something and learn it well. This might mean finishing a certain course, book, or project of yours. The first 80% of the work takes 20% of the time. It's the remaining 20% that really takes effort and where you really learn what you've been doing. Finishing things is tough as shit. I'm both self-taught and I went to university. They can teach you a lot about programming, but there's a lot of stuff you have to learn yourself. Here's what I did wrong and what I'm still trying to fix. My hands and my posture. I'm here to warn you that if you keep programming with bad posture, bad things will happen. I'm in constant pain and I don't know when I'll be able to go back to work. It ain't no fun. So fix your flippin' posture now. I used to think this posture stuff was a joke and now I'm not laughing. Depends how you define unsuccessful. I've been unable to land calls back for junior or entry-level developer positions despite multiple projects listed on my resume. So I don't even have a chance to show that I know how to code. However, I have plenty of luck with other tech jobs that I do have experience in. From my personal experience, I would say that you often learn to code in a pretty white box. What I was never taught, and failed to find a huge amount of helpful information online for, was what happens when your code has to function outside that pretty white box on a real-world system. Deployment, communication between different languages, how to compile on different systems, how to get different devices to talk to each other properly. The difference between having an application that works in your right to code that works out in the real world. It takes a lot more boilerplate and error checking than you might think, and a lot of it is not that well documented or straightforward. Writing code is easy. The harder part is to write good code. You read 10x more than write, and so you should make things clear. The other important part is working with tools. Too many people are trying to solve problems manually. In practically every campaign there is configured documentation tool, static analysis, debugger, etc. Solving problems, you use given programming language as a tool. Some languages are better at ABC, some others. Learn to recognize problems and how to design an abstract solution that you can then implement. I'm successful, but it could have easily gone the other way. I also do not fit most people's criteria of self-taught, but for some I would be. My background is varied. Formal education, particularly somewhere that offered work experience, and education at a respected institution, is probably the best way to get a job. If you don't have that, then you need to stop thinking about job and either make your own, or join a startup. Of course, if you don't have education, you are highly unlikely to have the skills to create your own product, or make the grind of a startup. In other words, get experience in any way you fucking can, even if it means working for free. Yes, if you don't have a good education, you have to slave to start. Sorry, no shortcuts in life. There are ways of making it fun though. The more self-taught you are, the more you have to be like this guy. https://www.youtube.com/channel/ukfxkis6zgq_tukjalhg. Better be a social media guru and work out like a machine and all those other things. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please give us a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.